So let me start things off. I should say what you just saw was an excerpted version of the full 2.5-hour concert DVD, which comprises the first DVD of the set. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the second DVD comprises fly on the wall documentary footage, rarities, outtakes, things of that nature. But what you've just seen was part of the Royal Albert Hall show. One of the Royal Albert Hall shows. The full concert video is 2.5 hours. Video, he said, showing his great age. DVD. So, what we'll do in a moment is I'll be taking some questions in a little while from your good selves. I will have to say that there is a slight proviso that those questions can only be taken from the stalls, not the circle, because the logistics of getting a mic up to you. Sorry. Oh dear. Oh dear. Simmering hostility and resentment already. But I think because the sheer logistics of getting a microphone to you will prove, I think, impractical. So we will be taking questions from the stalls, and we'll also be taking some questions in a moment that have been sent in previously to David. So can I start with a question of my own, though, David? And that is, does the film, and did what we've seen, does that capture the essence of the night for you?
Definitely. I mean, I've never sat out front before and watched a concert, so it's fantastic to sit and do so, especially with those little Mark Brickman extras. Well done, Mark. Not bad. We thoroughly broke. It's really something I've sort of looked forward to for the last 40 years, is actually sitting out front and having something like one of the concerts. I'm up there usually.
Yeah. It's fantastic. It looks okay.
Looked great. Sounded great. The team have done a good job, you know.
This question comes from Roger Little in Chelmsford in Essex, and Roger says, David, what made you pick up that first guitar and not give it back?
Well, he's, I would have to say it was Elvis Presley, really. Jailhouse Rock, really, was the first moment that's made me go, I've got to do a bit of that. It was fantastic. It's true that I borrowed a guitar from my next door neighbour who'd been given one by his mother, and I never got around to giving it back. He was not really very interested. I've still got it, actually.
Still got his guitar? And he's here tonight.
Bill!
Great. That was from Roger in Chelmsford in Essex. Now, here's a question I believe we may well see the questioner themselves, but I will just say that it's John Green of Bath in Somerset.
Hello, David. How do you still get emotional impact into your live guitar work, even when you play the songs hundreds of times?
What John was asking was, how do you still manage to get so much emotional impact into your live guitar playing when you must have played these songs hundreds of times?
Well, you do most of the time, and there are moments when it's very, very difficult, but you just have to zone out, go into that space, relax, and when you've got a band as good as this band, you know they're going to be there for you, and whatever you do, they're going to be singing along with you, so it makes it very easy.
Is there ever a danger when it's a song you have played a lot that you can relax too much? Is that ever a danger?
Well, one has a safety net sort of thing of more or less how the original solos and stuff went on the record. I try to avoid going too close to that, but if that time comes along when the inspiration is not so great, you do have something to fall back on, and that makes you feel more confident and helps you just go for it. Shut your eyes, get in the zone.
We're going to see the next question and questioner as well. This is Chris Elric of Aberdeen in Scotland.
Hello, David. What 3 tips or tricks would you give to somebody who's starting out on guitar?
Well, David. As they said, the question was, which 3 tips or tricks would you give someone who was just starting out on guitar?
Buy a guitar.
Very.
Thanks, Guy. John.
Apparently that didn't stop you.
No, or borrow a guitar. Preferably not steal one. I think copy everyone that you like for a couple of years, you know. Learn the bass parts, the rhythm parts, the lead parts of every song that you like, and after a while it'll start turning into your own thing, and that's when it'll start getting good.
So unashamedly copy the people
Absolutely,
you love.
yeah. Don't try to be too original too quickly.
Question number 4. Ron Taylor, who is in Lytham St Anne's in Lancashire. What Ron wanted to know was, if you hadn't been part of Pink Floyd, which band would you like to have been a member of?
Beatles?
It's a good answer.
They did well.
It's a good answer. You can't argue with it, really, yeah.
Yeah.
Always a big, were you a huge Beatle fan, a huge fan?
I was, yeah, enormous, yeah. Did learn everything. As I said before in the previous question, learned the bass part, the rhythm parts, the harmonies, the lead parts of practically everything they ever did up to a certain point, when I got too busy.
Nick Bell is in Leeds in Yorkshire. If you could go back in time, which song or guitar solo would you like to have written or played?
There's so many, it's very hard to answer. I think for me, about the perfect pop song is Waterloo Sunset by the Kinks, and I'd love to have written that. Absolutely great. Guitar-wise, maybe Albatross by Fleetwood Mac. Say what?
Oh, he's
well, it's got that in the catalogue already.
Yeah.
That wasn't the question.
A question I noticed in watching that, or a question that occurred to me, how come you don't snap an awful lot of strings?
Change them regularly, or get someone to change them for me. Some nice gentleman back there to change them every night, and yeah, they just don't seem to. They must be made of better metal than they used to be in the early days.
The next question, again, I think we can see the gentleman who's asked this question. Brian Maher is in Kilcullen, County
Brian May?
No. Yes, Brian May says, how did you get that characteristic guitar sound? Brian Maher, I believe it is, of Kilcullen in County Kildare in Ireland. And, well, let's hear Brian's question.
What do you think changed between 1987 and 2006 that made Echoes work once again as part of your live set list? Did it just fit better with the On and On groove, or was it deeper than that?
Definitely not Brian May, I'm with the haircut. But what Brian asked was, what do you think changed from 87 to 2006 that made Echoes work once again as part of the live set? Did it just fit better with the On an Island groove, or was it deeper than that?
Well, when we went out in 1987, and we did rehearse it and perform it a few times, but for me, it didn't quite work, and I never quite got to why it didn't work. But as I say, this band now that I have, that have done this tour with me, we did it in rehearsal, and it just slotted straight into place. Some of the young kids who were on that H7 tour have grown up a little bit.